For a good fest?
Yes!
I want to welcome you all to the Chicago Equality Rally. My name's Ashley Wright. My brother and I own a little place called Hamburger Mary's right there. Thank you. I'm joined on stage by some of my colleagues from the Andersonville Chamber of Commerce. We have Dean Herbeshal from Great Lakes Clinical, Karen Abercrombie from Swedish American Museum, Lynn Mooney from Women and Children First, JT from Murray and White, and our new executive director, Sarah Dinges. We are humbled and honored to provide a venue for this rally. Andersonville has long been a neighborhood that not only welcomes but celebrates diversity, with many of our business owners, residents, and friends who come to see us proud members of the LGBT community. About 700 miles from here, our friends, allies, brothers and sisters are marching on the nation's capital. They're marching to affirm and protect our rights and safety and our full equality. And although we can't be with them in D.C., we're here to let the world know and hope that our leaders in Springfield and Washington know that Chicago stands with them. And let's hope they're listening, because we may have lost the battle last November, but the war is far from over. Believe me. We would like to thank our sponsors. I wrote it down. So, Windy City Times, they're amazing.
Yeah!
We are fortunate to have a couple of great aldermen here who really support our cause. Patrick O'Connor and Harry Osterman.
Yeah!
Hamburger Mary's, of course. Women and Children First, Vincent's, LGBTQ Impact, the Rogers Park Montessori School, and in addition there are over 20 other community partners, and you can find out all about that on the Andersonville.org. There's a link you can find. So we are very pleased and excited to have Fazia Mirza here to MC the event, and it's my job to give her a proper introduction. So, like many of us, Fazia has escaped a conservative upbringing to become the beautiful, out and proud person she is today. A lawyer turned actor, writer, and producer, she uses performance, personal storytelling, and comedy to break down stereotypes across a multiplicity of identities, race, religion, sexual orientation, gender, and certainly defies the concept of a model minority, whatever that means. She stars in an amazing new film that she also co-wrote and produced called Signature Move, which is making the festival circuit now and has just been picked up by Amazon, available in February. She's been referred to as a champion of change in Asian American art and storytelling by the White House. I'm sure not this current White House, but IndieWire named her one of the top 10 creatives, and Time Out Chicago describes her work as fiery magnetic performance. I can relate to that. So let's hear it for Chicago's own Fazia Mirza.
God, how can anybody live up to that? I'm a fiery magnetic magnet. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I love you. Yes!
Yes!
How y'all doing, Chicago? Woo! Hi, baby in orange t-shirt. How you doing? Woo! Baby's like, stop talking to me, awkward brown lady. I'm so excited to be here. I want you to know a few things. One, I'm sure you're wondering, why is it that the love child of Halle Berry and Ralph Macchio is up here talking to you? Is that Bruno Mars? I can't tell. When I see her face. No, I can't. I'm not going to sing for you. Jess Godwin will be singing for us later. Maybe we have to do a video for that. But I'm so excited to be here. Part of it is because, here's the thing. Tracy Baim, does anybody know Tracy Baim? Does anybody know Tracy Baim? Here's the thing. When Tracy Baim asks you to show up, you fucking show up. Okay, right?
Right.
Like, that's what you do. Here we are on the most beautiful day of the year. you were having a conversation. And that's because of Tracy Baim. So thank you, Tracy, wherever you are. There she is, right there. She's right in front of me and I don't even know. And are you going on a hunt? Tracy's about to go on a hunt. She's going on a what is that, safari. She's going to go kill all those pineapples. It's beautiful. She's a vegetarian. I mean, that's a lesbian joke. I want to welcome you all. Look, I'm going to use my notes now and use this beautiful clipboard. Welcome to the Chicago Equality Rally at Andersonville Summerfest! Woo! I've been telling everybody that this is literally one of the best street festivals of the year. And more importantly, it's a beautiful day to come together, not just to have fun and drink and play and be together, but to come and connect and to recognize the fact that we are more powerful when we are connected than we are when we are disconnected, okay? Yes, you can fucking whoop for that. This Chicago Equality Rally is being held today in solidarity with the Equality March for Unity and Pride in Washington, D.C. And you need to know that Andersonville, who lives in Andersonville? Anybody? Yes! You're so sort of like bored, but like raise your hands because you're great citizens. You're like, we know our place. Thank you, call on us. Yes, I lived here for 3 years as well, and I was like, okay, I can go to like there for my falafel, then go to the Swedish Museum, and then go to like Large for all my Mexican like grocery needs. Like, it's a beautiful neighborhood, and it's such a like welcoming neighborhood. Obviously, because women and children's first started it all. It was like feminist bookstore. The gays will follow. I was asked earlier, like, Fazia, why are you asked to MC these kinds of events? Some of you may know that I got to MC the Women's March in Chicago in January. Who was at the Women's March? Who was at the Women's March? That's right, if you weren't, I hope you were asleep or in another city at a Women's March. Now, here's the thing, that mattered so much because I am a Pakistani, Muslim, queer, cisgendered, able-bodied woman, and I was out there in front of over 250,000 people in the city of Chicago representing all of us. And you know why that matters? Does anybody know why that matters? That matters because what that means is that we are at a place in our culture, in our country, in our continent, in our world, where we all need to not be divided by anything. We have got to come together. And it doesn't matter. Like, it literally does not matter. Your age, your shoe size, your bra size, your penis size. We all have got to come together. Because you know what? That guy that's representing us right now does not represent any single person on this street at all or in this city. The other thing that I know I've been thinking a lot about, and the organizers have been thinking about, and I know some of you are thinking about, is that this day, a year ago, marks the year anniversary of the Orlando Pulse tragedy. And you know, that was a time where so many people were called upon to say, okay, how do we change what's happening? This affected everybody. It affected our Latinx community. It affected our queer community. It affected the Muslim community. It affected the human community. And it was a time where we had to stand up and say, what am I going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? And how am I going to make sure that I take care of all of these communities? Not just my own, but my brothers or my sisters, my gender non-conforming sibling. Like, we have to take care of each other. So I just want to take a moment to remember that there were so many beautiful, lovely human beings who were killed tragically in that moment. And some of you, I know them, and I know some of you are thinking about them. So just remember that this is that time. But we gotta embrace each other, right? We got to embrace each other, and that know that while we are different, the spaces between us are the things that are going to bring us together. We need to be collective. We need to be one collective voice. Look at all you. Look at all you. I see you. Oh, I see you. Look at you. Everyone is so different. And here's the thing. Whether you're white or brown or black or in a wheelchair or green or yellow or Muslim or Hindu or Christian or do not ascribe to a religion, this is your collective space. And that is how we're going to change this fucking world. Now, the universe has spoken. Red roses have fallen across. Literally long stem red roses just fell across the road. That's a sign that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Yes. Now we got a couple thank yous we have got to make. You have to know that this festival is so lovely. Like, okay, do you see these t-shirts that everybody's wearing? There's a lot of beautiful t-shirts people are wearing. You can purchase these Anderson Filbert quality t-shirts at the T-shirt Deli on Berwyn and Clark. I know they're lovely. I have 2 of them. I did not wear mine, not because I don't love them, but because I wanted to wear a brown woman on my shirt, and she says resist. So, I see you, yeah! All right, so let's get things going. Also, by the way, any money that you give at the gate, a portion of the gate proceeds, they're going to go to Ava's Change for Youth. Ava's Change for Youth. They're going to go to the center in Halstead. They're going to go to Quality, Illinois. And I know sometimes we like to dodge the gate because we're like, whatever. I live here. I pay every year, but not this year. Well, know this. This year, if you pay, the money goes to places that we crave, and they're going to help all of us. All right? So please do if you have not. Yeah, it's okay. I love you. Now, let's get going. So here we go. So I'm going to bring up our first speaker, Emmanuel Garcia of Vivis Q. Vivis Q is an independent cultural... You can whoop for that. An independent cultural arts project committed to creating an LGBTQ movement, building experience through art, music, spoken word, dance, and oral history that enables intergenerational dialogue across multiple identities and communities. Please welcome Emmanuel Garcia.
When I say queer, you say resistance. Queer. Resistance. Queer. Resistance. My name's Emmanuel. Today I'm here as part of a legacy of struggle by queer and trans people. Queer. Resistance. Queer. Resistance. One of these people was Puerto Rican activist Sylvia Rivera. Sylvia was one of a handful of trans women of color, yes, that started the riots at Stonewall Inn. Queer. Resistance. Queer. Tomorrow we mark the 1-year anniversary of the tragedy that happened on the early morning of June 12th at Pulse Nightclub's Latin Night in Orlando. 49 LGBTQ people were killed and over 50 wounded, the majority of whom were Puerto Rican, Mexican, Salvadorian, and undocumented. Today, this violence in America hasn't ceased. In the past 6 months, 12 transgender people have been killed, all of whom are transgender women of color. So I want to also remember them. I want to also mark this as a tragedy. Queer. Resistance. Queer. Resistance. Trans and queer black and brown people are more likely to be targeted, jailed, imprisoned, and murdered by a racist, misogynist immigration and criminal justice system. Queer. Resistance. Queer. Resistance. Still, out of uprootedness, marginalization, oppression, and rejection, we have created chosen families, houses, art, literature, music, drop-in spaces, groups, and organizations. And yes, Latinite. All spaces where we could bring our whole selves. Through rejection, We found self-love and self-acceptance. We found community, which is what we have today, queer. Resistance. We must resist so that our movement do more to create safety, sanctuary, and acceptance of trans lives. We must resist so that the murder of black and brown bodies are no longer just viral videos, but evidence for justice. We must resist against the dehumanization of immigrants. America has long built walls that separate people between gay and straight, between undocumented and legal, between male and female, disabled, enabled. We are here today to demand the end of femicide, the end of transphobia and homophobia, and I'm here to tell you that my legacy of struggle is not mine alone, but ours. Queer. Resistance. Our fight as LGBTQ people is a fight against racism and economic violence that includes immigrants, working class, and poor people. When I say queer, you say resistance. Queer? Resistance. So that they can hear you all the way over there. Queer? Resistance. Queer? Resistance. Queer? Resistance. Let's continue to fight together. History has picked us to resist. Thank you.
God, I love you. You're so fucking beautiful. Yeah, take that in. You are, right? How good does that feel when someone says you're beautiful? You just are. Look at your faces and you're, God, I'm gonna cry. Shut up, Fuzzy. All right, let's keep it going. You know what? We're gonna bring a rabbi up next. Rabbi, I know I've had some swears. Hope I'm not going anywhere bad. If so, that happened a long time ago. I'm going to introduce the wonderful, intelligent, brilliant Rabbi Rachel Weiss, and who remembers Pulse. Rabbi Rachel Weiss is a Jewish Reconstructionist congregation, a 500-plus household congregation known for its joyful spirituality, intellectual curiosity, inclusivity, and deep commitment to social justice. The Jewish Reconstructionist congregation is a diverse community, including observant and non-observant Jews. I love both categories. As a Muslim of observant and non-observantness. Like I'm supposed to be fasting right now, but like I leave that to my girlfriend. Like she's fasting during the month of Ramadan and I'm like, I will just drink for both of us. Balance. The Jewish Reconstructionist congregation is a diverse community, including observant and non-observant Jews, interfaith families, blended families, people of color, believers and non-believers, gays and lesbians. Please welcome Rabbi Rachel Weiss.
So my name is Rachel Weiss. I am a cisgendered lesbian and I am a rabbi. World needs to be heard. It needs to be amplified. The voice of the religious left cannot continue to be ceded to the homophobic, transphobic, and conservative political landscape that has manipulated our traditions for their agenda and not for ours. Our voices as LGBTQ people and people of faith and queer people of faith needs to be heard and respected and celebrated. Today we march, we organize, we rally, and we gather. All of us, created in the image of the divine, in the Jewish tradition, we say B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. I pray to the source of many names, the source of life. You, who have fought alongside us, you who have given us the courage to stand together, the strength to create the wonder of love beyond binaries, beyond genders, as brilliant as all shades of the rainbow. You have given us the breath, and spirit and soul to be our truest selves, not only in the darkness of the closet, but here in the brilliant light of day. And we are shining. Many of us were leaving Shavuot services, the holiday celebrating Revelation, in which we began to hear the news that 49 souls on this earth, as we've said, the majority of them Latinx, trans, people of color, are most vulnerable in society, were murdered in the largest act of domestic terrorism since 9/11. And in that moment, we came together as communities of faith, not just as Christians and Jews, as Muslims, as Hindu folk, as Buddhists, as people who do not identify with a particular spiritual tradition, but brought their voices together to say we all subscribe to love and to harmony.
Yes!
Many names, I pray for our ancestors, for those on whose shoulders we stand, for the beloved creator of the Rainbow Pride flag that we so proudly wear, for Gilbert Baker, who died previously this year, who I had the honor last year in the wake of the Pulse tragedy of sewing together 49 rainbow flags with Gilbert and then scribing the names of each of the victims to remember. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. I pray for strength to be who we are, even when we have had to create our own paths, find our own sanctuaries, be they synagogues, mosques, churches, streets, or nightclubs. I pray for the holiness to recognize our bodies and their pleasures, the sacred awareness of intimacy that we seek in queer existence. I pray for the blessings to see ourselves named as we choose, celebrate our marriages, and supported in our grief not only by the Supreme Court, but by our local, and someday we pray once again, our national leaders. The blessing that my wife and our daughters give our children every Friday night on Shabbat is to be who you are and be blessed in all that you are. We have come this far together, and this moment, miraculous as it is, I am so grateful for, to see all of us and to know we cannot do this alone. I pray for peace. May the one who makes holiness in the greatest expanse of the universe make peace for us, here amongst our beloveds, amongst our communities, yes, against those who look at us and do not yet understand or celebrate, but create peace for all of us. Psalm 118 says, "The stone that the builders rejected has now become the cornerstone." We are that cornerstone. May we always know pride and never shame again. Thank you. We say, may their memories be a blessing. May the memories of the 49 who were killed in the massacre at Pulse last year be a blessing in our lives and inspire us to live proudly, outly, authentically, deeply, and to be the change that we wish to see in the world. We will take a moment of silence to remember them, to remember those in our lives who have been touched by homophobic and transphobic violence, and to pray for peace. Please take a moment. Baruch atah Adonai, Zocher Habrit. Blessed are you who remembers the covenant with humanity through the sign of the rainbow. Amen.
Tracy.
Hi, I'm Jess. I figure I might as well break the ice now and tell you my dirty secret. I spent all of my 20s trying to be someone I wasn't for the financial gain of other people. I lost my joy, my friends in the process. And now I wake up every day and remind myself that being perfect, being the woman that society expects me to be is boring. Because we are complicated, beautiful individuals and we get to decide who we are every day. Paper doll, paper town, paper smile, paper frown, picture perfectly geometrical. Paper skin, paper head, paper thin, everywhere. Paper echo of a child crying out till we say, your mama didn't bring you up to be pretty, your mama didn't bring you up to be pretty. But pretty baby, use your head when the world is saying, baby, be pretty. I wanna see you be a beautiful mess, a beautiful mess, eh, 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 a beautiful mess, eh, yes, a beautiful mess, eh, 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 it's a beautiful mess, eh, yes. Paper job, paper voice, paper God, paper choice, picture perfectly alphabet.